Okay, so what does this give us? Frost lotus. Frost lotus. This gives food, water, and health. Ooh. Welcome back, everybody, to Osiris New Dawn. I'm an old guy gaming, and I am roasting my nuts off here on the planet Earth. And we're actually going to take off and go. We're actually going to go back to, or go to, Aziel, because we haven't actually done that at all in this series. And we have a specific purpose for doing that. And also, too, I want to let you know that I'm recording this episode before I released the previous episode. So if you guys left me comments about other things to do on Xur, depending upon, what those comments were and how significant those things are, we can always come back here. But I wanted to go ahead and get this next episode done because this episode here is probably going to be our final episode in this series, unless you guys give me a compelling reason, to come back to Xur. Okay, and I also wanted to show, going back to, there we go, going back to the Proteus, I guess you'd call it system or whatever, area, the original place with the space station, and just make sure that that's actually going to work. So let's head on over to the space station, and we'll head back there, and we're going to go to Aziel. Now, here's what we're going to do on Aziel. First of all, I'm just going to show it to anybody who maybe hasn't seen it. Chances are most of you watching this series have already seen it and been there maybe yourself. But, on the off chance that someone hasn't, we'll go there just so we can see what it looks like. But I also have, like I said, a purpose for going there. And that purpose is going to be, we're going to do a little experiment. I'm going to see if it's possible to start a new game. And I'm saying that in quotes, by the way. On Aziel. Now you can't do that through the normal game mechanics. Okay? But what I want to do is I want to see if it's possible to do that if we kind of just sort of come up with our own scenario where we start on the planet. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense. And it might not be, because, the deciding factor more than probably anything else is going to be the temperature, right? The cold and whatnot on Aziel. And so, I want to see, is it even possible at all? Is it to survive there without, any cold? Okay, let's stop right there. Without any cold, temperature fittings. And the answer to that may be absolutely not. But if it's possible, then I've got an idea for starting a new series, but it'll have to be based off of this save, and and see if it's even possible. Okay, so that's the idea. So again, we have two purposes: to go to Aziel. Oh, I guess I have to pressurize the chamber. And there we go. Show it to anybody that maybe hasn't seen it yet, too. Okay. So let's get back over here into our navigation panel and travel to Proteus. Calculating route. Well, hopefully this is actually working. There's no feedback. So devs, I don't know if you watch my videos, but if you do, we need some kind of feedback here. Give us a progress bar, give us a countdown or something. And not just say calculating route, because now I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs wondering if anything's actually working, And also, devs, if you're watching this, if our ship is not positioned correctly, we need feedback. We need to know that, because the game doesn't tell us that. It just doesn't do anything, which we discovered in the, the last episode. So anyway, there you go. And thank you, devs, too, by the way, for an awesome game. Keep up the good work. Okay. I don't think they watch my videos. Maybe they do. Who knows? Okay, so we are back in the normal system, and the first thing we want to do is we want to get our cold protection module back on, because it's cold here, right? It is cold here. And now let's go ahead and Don't we have an open port that I didn't get covered up? I thought we... Oh, it's in the habitat. Yeah, right. Okay. It's right here. Wow, Proteus is looking red. Why is it looking so red? Don't remember seeing it looking red like that. Okay, so let's turn around here and get on our ship. Okay, so now we need to find Aziel. There it is right there. Press space to exit planet. Oh, it let us get here even when we were going in reverse, which is kind of funny. Okay, are we here? Yeah. That looks pretty cool. Is that new? I think that's new. I like it. Nice. Okay, so let's speed up to enter the atmosphere. I don't remember seeing such a large, ginormous ice planet last time I was here, so I'm pretty sure this is new. So Aziel does have atmosphere, and therefore, you know, we have friction on entry. But yeah, if you've never seen this planet before, it is basically a very cold ice planet with very rugged terrain. It's not easy to get around on this place. Not at all, but it does have lots of minerals, and it's got special monsters. And it also has caves that I have not actually looked at, because the caves weren't implemented the last time I was on Aziel. So I think what we'll do is, let's fly around a little bit. Are these ice crystal things new? Those look new too since the last time I was here. Maybe they're not, I don't know. I mean, I know they had these, you know, ginormous protrusions, but I don't remember them looking that way, like they have a new texture. Could be wrong about that, though, not sure. Anyway, let's just fly around a little bit, because I would like to also take a quick look at a cave on Aziel, if we can find one. And then we're also going to do my little experiment, too. And again, it might not work. It might absolutely not work, but I want to just at least try it and see, you know, see what the deal is. So we're looking for a cave entrance for the, you know, the big old bay door that they all have on them. Cave mine, whatever. But yeah, this place, again, for those of you who've never been here, it's just, there's some stuff down there. Some old solar panels and whatnot. Very, very rugged terrain in this place. So it's super cold, and the terrain is just nasty to try and get around in, because it's got all these canyons and these high hills and stuff. And there's not a lot of flat spots. There are some, but there's not a ton of flat spots. But there's a pretty decent supply of minerals here, and, you know, potentially, you know, maybe enough minerals, you know, maybe they're all represented here. I'm not sure. Or at least all the, you know, the core ones anyway. But let's just kind of fly around through the canyons here. Get down a little lower. And see if we can spot one of the mines. There are, of course, the lava pockets, and yes, they are hot. There's the gas, you know, we have the gas vents, so that's a resource that's available. I wish the damn scanner worked. You know, the ship scanner worked, but it doesn't. If I open up the map, I mean, again, this terrain that we're looking at here, I'm pretty sure that's just Proteus terrain. All right, we might be getting out of off of the playfield area and into the kind of the no man's land area. I want to say though, oh yeah, we're at the border. Interesting. So We now bounce off the border. Huh. Okay. Before, you could fly like all the way off the map into like the void. At least for a certain distance you could. Looks like they changed that, so now you just bounce off of it. That's interesting. Okay, we've got some structures down here. And one of the Aziel creatures, that thing with the kind of arrowhead looking thing. Yeah, that's a docile, it's like a cattle type of creature. And you can, of course, hunt them for meat and whatnot. Okay, well, let's just keep flying around until, until we spot a cave entrance. I have no idea where they are because, like I said, this is the first time I've been back to Aziel since before they added the new caves on the planet. Okay. I can't say that I covered every square mile of this place, but I did not see from the air any kind of cave system. Or what I was looking for specifically, of course, was the bay door that you see, and I didn't see it. And also we're having the frame rate issue, so let me log back out and back in, and I'll be back, and hopefully that fixes it. Okay, we're back. So, we have it looks like an intact habitat here. But it doesn't appear to be sealed. I don't suppose we can do anything with this, can we? Nope, it's not usable, not sealed, so pretty much worthless. We can't even salvage it. So okay, well, here's what I want to do here. So let's pretend that you could start a new game on Aziel. Like a hardcore survival start. And the only way that I know of how to do this is to just continue this save, but one thing we would have tremendously in our favor is we'd still have all of our skill points, but I don't know how to reset those. There's no, to my knowledge, there's no, like respec potion, potion or anything like that. So one thing we could do is, you'll notice that, as we get closer to the lava, it warms up. So that could be a way, for us to warm up if we got too cold. But what I was thinking is we would go into, we basically would get rid of all of our equipment except for the same stuff that we start with in the game. So we'd have the basic, multi-tool, the crap knife, all that kind of stuff. But we wouldn't have these things. So if we take off this and this in particular, we'll just take them all off. We are going to now be much, much more susceptible to the cold. Because it's already -0 in our temperature. And so I guess the question is, if this was a brand new game, would we even have a chance of surviving on Aziel? Without those temperature mods and without all of our advanced equipment and all that sort of thing. So we're taking damage right now, and it's not huge chunks of damage, but in the if we have the starting equipment, we're not going to have like a ton of health kits to repair that damage. We're not going to have the inflatable dome, right? So our saving grace in terms of temperature is just to get close to lava. But I mean, we're going to have to go out and about to get resources to do anything. So I guess one question we could, or one thing we could do is, let's heal up. And let's see how long we can stay away from... Was that a cold hit or a heat hit? I don't know. I think that might have been a heat hit. Okay, let's take another bandage so we're starting fresh here. Here, I don't need that. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay, so how long can we stay away from the lava without any cold protection other than just our suit itself? And can we stay away from it long enough to actually gather resources? Now, again, the thing about Aziel is it's super rugged. I mean, we saw it from the air, but now we're seeing it from the ground, and you can see that that's terrible. Now, we're not going to have any boosts either, for our jetpack. We just have, what's default on this suit. And in this particular place, you really want, the other type of jetpack boost, the one that actually boosts you in addition to the glider, because you'll want the glider, in the flat areas, but then you're going to want the other one when you're traversing the mountains. Okay, so what is this? This is an undiscovered plant. So I'm thinking here, let's switch to, I guess we can just do that with B. Okay, that gives us plant fiber. And what was that called? A sprucinema spore? Sprucinema spore? Okay. This is an undiscovered plant. That gives us plant fiber. It's a lapis limb cap. All right, what if we use the blade on it? I think we've already harvested that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking damage, but it's not actually that bad, really. If we, you know, if we could come across some bandages, we could probably manage this. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do to give ourselves an actual heat source while we're out and about. You know, like a campfire kind of idea, or a torch or whatever.
Starvation warning.
You know, I can't think of that at the moment. What I'm trying to do is I want to try and find a native plant and see if we can get food from it. Because food's gonna I mean, we're gonna need food for the sake of food, of course, but that'll also potentially give us a little bit of healing too to combat the cold. Remember now, we're not gonna have all of our stuff. We're not gonna have our crab stew and all that kind of thing if we attempt to do this. But I am kind of impressed with how long I've been able to survive the cold itself, right? Now, are any of our skills that we have, do those have any effect on temperature? I don't think they do. As far as I know, none of this matters for temperature. See, that's solar panel output, spacewalk speed. This is all engineering stuff, hover boot, and whatever. It's too bad we couldn't reset our points on for this purpose. This is all combat stuff, so I don't think that's gonna have anything to do with temperature either. Okay, well, let's see. There are ruins, right, that we can salvage. Not in this immediate vicinity, but there are ruins around, so we would just have to get to them. But I think, you know, whatever base we ultimately chose to do or have, you know, we would want to be near lava, at least in the early game. So we have a way to warm up, right? Until we can get like a sealed base. So again, I'm just kind of simulating not having anything but what we would have at the very beginning of the game. There's a gas vent over that way. Was that something? No. Here, let's put this away. We can move a little faster without it. We'll just use normal hover without any booster. That looks like it's probably a fluorine vent from here. It's a little hard to tell, but I think it is. There's another vent, maybe O2 further away, or maybe chlorine. This place is huge, man. It feels like it's even larger than Proteus. You know, because, I don't know, it feels so damn big when you're on the ground. And I don't know what the deal is with the caves. I mean, as far as I know, there's supposed to be caves here, but I never saw any, so. Okay, so what is this down here? That is, oh, it's a rich gold deposit. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking this might be doable, you guys. It might be doable. I was expecting that I would be losing health much more quickly than I am without any boosters and stuff on our suit. The thing is we would have to travel so far to get resources, though. You know, so one of the things we would want to do, of course, is see if we could find a buggy and get that fixed up right away. So at least we have that too. It's going to be limited use though, because we're not going to be able to take a buggy through this kind of terrain. So it'd be nice out on the open plains, but I'm just kind of walking along here. We don't want to get too close to the lava because it goes from freezing cold to boiling hot, like without hardly any buffer in between. See, it's still super cold right here, and then it's not even warming up right here. It's a little unrealistic because it would be okay. Now it's warming up. There. Okay, now we're back to a stable temperature, standing here. But that, that in and of itself is not going to heal us. Okay. We only found just a few plants, like 2, back in that where we parked our ship. So, there's not an abundance of those around either, and that's going to be a challenge. So I'm still not convinced that this is feasible. I think I would say it's probably possible. Maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know. So here's another way we could maybe make this work. Rather than continuing this save, maybe we start a new game and we just fast track to a laboratory to make a spaceship to take us here. We don't do anything else but what we absolutely need to do to just get the spaceship. And then come here and only bring with us the same equipment that we started the game with. And then once we get here, basically the spaceship, as far as we're concerned, is not available to us. So maybe we could role play it a little bit and say it crashed or whatever, and it's unrepairable, or just fly it all the way to the very end of the map, maybe in the corner of the map, park it, and just pretend it's not there and never do anything about it again. This is a different type of stuff. It looks a little bit like obsidian. Because, then we're not like, we probably won't be completely maxed out on the skills for one thing, and I don't know, maybe it might not make that much difference really now that I think about it though. The only thing, like I said, that I can't change is my skill points. I can't reset them. I can't do anything about that because we're the level that we are, There's some hydrogen. I mean, this plains is big enough to warrant having a buggy if we had one, assuming our base was here. But the problem here again is there's no resources here. I mean, there's some. They're very spread out. There's no food to speak of. I guess if we could find the cattle, we could kill them and get meat. So that's a potential food source. Huh. So let's just kind of look down into this valley a little bit and see if we can spot anything. I'd kind of like to show you guys the monsters too. If we could, they're pretty wicked. If we could find one before I succumb here. But like I said, I'm very, very surprised that we've been able to survive this long from the temperature. As long as we have. It's just that I have found nothing that I could use to heal myself. If we were doing this for real and I didn't already have all the stuff that I currently do have.
Seek medical assistance.
See, now our health is getting bad. I suppose, too, you know, I mean, if you could get to the point where you could start putting drills down, it might be worth it to just put a bunch of drills down together and get small amounts of random resources rather than trying to find a spot, you know, with surface ores. One of you guys mentioned to me in the comments to press the K key to wipe my lens. And I know you can do that, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Watch. See, I'm pressing it. It doesn't clear my lens. It's just as dirty as it was before. And it did make the sound earlier. So I don't know that that's actually working so well. Oh, we found a cave. Nice. Okay. And we found some more of these plants. So, what happens when we use the knife on this? So we get fungus. Is that actually edible? Fungus. No. It takes health and food away. Okay, so that's that's out. That ain't gonna work. What about this? Yeah, that gives us fungus too. Shit. Okay, so those plants are not going to be a food source for us. Here's something new, though. Let's take a look and see what this is over here. See, this could provide food. Okay, so what does this give us? The frost lotus. Frost lotus. This gives food, water, and health. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's a game changer. Frost lotus. Wonder if we could grow this. I don't know if you could or not. Okay, what happens if we use a pickaxe on this? We get frost lotus from the pickaxe too. And what's this stuff? That gives us rock fur? Okay. What happens if we use the blade on it? We already... Oh, we've already harvested it. Okay. So frost lotus, guys. Health, hydration, and food. What a wonderful plant this is. There's only 2 of them, though, is a thing. Okay.
Vital stabilized.
We don't get a lot of stuff from it, though, but it gives us just a tiny bit of food and hydration, but it's the health that's the thing here, right? What am I doing here? Drop that. Okay, let's go pop into this cave here. And, sure is pretty here. But I think I've demonstrated that the player can last quite a long time. What's this? Okay, that gave us tree bark. What about if we use this? Yeah, that's all it is. A frigopora. Yeah, the player can last quite a long time without any, any temperature add-ons to the suit. And if you can, if you can come across this frost lotus stuff before you succumb, you can get your health all the way back up. It's not going to help you a whole lot with food and water, but it's going to help you with health. Okay, let's enter into the Acastus mine. And it's still colder than hell in here. Let's get our light on. And I'm gonna go ahead and heal up, or not heal up, eat now, because I've pretty much
Hydration levels are now
found out what I wanted to find out as far as, surviving outside. So you can't go into the cave and escape the temperature. So that's out. And also, whoa. Oh shit. We Houston? We just fell off the edge. Now what do I do? Duh. Yeah, we fell off the edge, man. So what do I do? Just float around in the void for eternity now? Okay, we're back. So, at least now you know what the inside of the ice mines look like. But yeah, this definitely work in progress here, because it goes down there and then drops into the void. So, and also, you know, you don't get any relief from the cold inside of these mines either, which I didn't think you would, but I thought I'd give it a try. So this would be potentially not a bad place to start a base, because you've got these frost lotus plants for healing more than for food, and you got a little bit of lava here to warm up if you needed to. See, it's really weird, man. It's still not warming up here. I'm like standing in the stuff and it's still not doing anything. Okay, now it's damaging me, but it's not warming up. Yeah, that's just odd. Okay, here we go. This is a little better. There we go. Now the temperature is stabilized. So, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad place. We've got, I would say, more medical than food. With the frost lotus, we've got the lava for warmth, and it's nice and flat, so you could build a base. The question would be now, you know, how would we get our resources, though? It would be extremely difficult to traverse this planet, or I guess it's a moon, on foot, trying to find all the resources you would need in the early game. Not impossible, but difficult. Really difficult. I almost wonder if we should allow our character to have one drill rig. Just one. And, you know, he puts it down wherever his base is, and he just gets whatever random minerals come from it, you know? I don't know. That seems, in a sense, that seems a little cheaty, but on the other hand, if you consider what you're up against with, you know, with a start on a planet like this, I mean, the minerals are here, but they're just spread out all over the place and not easy to get to, you know? So, I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. There's really a couple of ways we could do a hardcore playthrough. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We either try this Aziel start, and you know, and then either that means we continue this save, but we get rid of all of our stuff, and we only have the starting equipment that you would have starting any game. So I would basically throw everything else out, and our spaceship, you know, would basically doesn't exist to us, even though it would, but it wouldn't, right? We'd have to build a new one after getting all the materials on Aziel. But if we do that, I think I would leave the game difficulty settings on the default, and I wouldn't adjust any sliders. The other option is to do a new start on Proteus and just have all the same stuff that we would have normally, but in that case, we bump the sliders up and we make the enemies more difficult. We make the storms very dangerous, you know, and just kind of do a customized hardcore game on Proteus. So I'm not sure of the two which one I would like to do, and I'd also like to hear from you guys too. I'm not saying that I'm going to do what you guys say, but I would like to hear your opinion on it, you know, because that can help shape what I ultimately decide to do, you know, for a hardcore playthrough. So let me know, guys, if you would, in the comments, what your vote is. Again, the options are start on Aziel, with normal difficulty settings. And then if that's your choice, do you think I should continue this save, or should we start a new save and fast track, you know, to a spaceship to get here without doing anything more than just what we need to get here? Or do you think we should start on Proteus and increase the sliders and make the difficulty, you know, the enemies more dangerous and the sandstorms more dangerous in particular? So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and then I'll hear back from you, and then I'll think about it some more myself and make a decision as to which way we should go. Okay, guys? Well, I think we're going to wrap up the episode here, and I was hoping we'd run into some of the monsters, but I'm not seeing them anywhere, unfortunately. They're pretty creepy looking. They're as I recall, they're kind of like a cross between a wasp and a scorpion kind of thing. And yeah, very scary, but I'm not seeing them. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode and also for this series. I hope you guys enjoyed both the episode and the series. And the tentative plan, again, is to come back and start a hardcore series, whether we do that here on Aziel or we start on Proteus with harder settings. Ooh, that's interesting. And we'll go from there. Okay, so that's it. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you when we catch you. Bye-bye.